It's good practice to take regular course backups before making any significant changes to a course. Backing up a course allows you to take a copy of a course to ensure the course content has been saved. Backing up a course also lets you restore the course to an external Totara site. It's important to discuss course backups with your hosting partners before changing any settings to ensure you both agree on changes you're making to the system. In this video, we'll walk through some of the site-wide settings and focus in more detail on how to perform automated course backups. To navigate to the site-wide settings for course backups, go to Site Administration, Courses, Backups, and then select General Backup Defaults. There are several areas you can change in the site-wide settings. This includes defining how long to keep logs for. The logs capture a record of everything that a user has done on a course. Be aware that the longer you set the system to keep the logs for, the larger they will make the backup files. You can define whether to include the user data as part of the course backup, as well as whether to include activities and resources, blocks, filters, and badges. You can also decide whether you want to include histories, which means that you'll back up any changes that have been made to the user's grades in the course. Site administrators can decide whether to lock the settings so that these settings cannot be altered at the course level. Once you're happy with how the defaults are set up, you can save your changes. Rather than manually backing up all courses in the system, it's possible to set up automated course backups that will export all course content from the site. You can choose to set up automated backups from the Site Administration menu, although it's important to speak to your hosting partner before changing the settings. If you're setting up your own automated backups, then consider the effect this has on learners. As running the backup tool on all courses can be processor intensive, consider choosing a time to backup files when you know few learners will be on the system. To start the process of setting up automated backups, you'll need to enable them by selecting Enable. You'll then be able to schedule when you'd like your automated backup to run. I'd like mine to run once a week on a Sunday at midnight. You'll need to discuss with your hosting partners where you'll save your backups. For those courses that have not been modified or that are not in use, you may wish to skip backing up these courses. When setting up the automated backup, you're also able to specify what details to include. If you make any changes, remember to save your changes. It's possible to have an overview of all the backups that have been made in your system by going to Reports, and then Backups. You'll then have an overview of the courses, when the course was checked, and the action the system took. Once you've made some course backups, the next step is to access them on the system. In the Course Administration window, you'll be able to restore any backups that have been made and saved to that location. In the next video, we'll focus on how to back up individual courses and how to import activities into an existing course.